Hey everyone, welcome to Just Start, the podcast for founders who are tired of waiting for permissions. I'm Resh, and today we are diving into one of the weirdest success stories in Web3 that I would say has happened. Xanatron, whose real name is Ivan, took an idea that sounds completely insane, treasure hunting with pirate maps for crypto, and built a community that's really passionate from literally nothing. No funding. He and his co-founder came together, no product initially, of course, built something, went on Discord channels and drew treasure maps using Google Maps. If you ever thought your idea is too weird, too niche, or too impossible, this conversation will change your mind. Ivan, so let's kick this off real quick with a simple question. I want to start with the topic of fear. You're building a game where people hunt for real coordinates using pirate maps to win crypto tokens. That sounds insane. Take me to the exact moment you decided to actually do this instead of thinking about it. What made you push through that voice saying that this is too weird? Will anybody care? Will be anybody interested? And where did you get this entire idea from?
Okay, long story short, but I make a real statement about a real story. So I was in my lovely mysterious island Koh Phangan. It's in Thailand, and I live on the mountain. I have a house on the mountain, and I read the book, The Count of Monte Cristo, one of the greatest book by Alexander Dumas. And I'm just walking around in my Stepan NFT shoes, and I'm reading like about the meta from like ideas from to build metaverse from Mark Zuckerberg, and I'm just sit in meditation and see the picture. That's real story. I just meditate in front of the big tree. It's a unique trees on Pangan. I'm just see the pictures about the encrypted NFTs. So I'm just ask myself, what if NFTs will have the two layers of information? And it was a very beginning of this story.
Oh, wow. Okay. From that idea, how did you start? I mean, that's an inspiring way. And I hope anybody who's thinking of doing meditation can take that as a inspiration to actually start there. But how did you start in terms of, okay, now you had a thought about Count of Monte Cristo was your epiphany. Meditation helped you get there. But what did you actually do once you got the idea?
Yeah, in 2023, we just try to play the text game in Discord. So I created a story, 10 episodes, and I say like this, you have to solve the puzzle. And it was a time before AI can solve the difficult puzzles. So we have to solve the puzzle, but also define and find the pattern on Google Maps. So why we choose Google Maps? Because it's more advanced maps of the Earth. We decide to try it with a real audience from very beginning and understand what they actually want, because the K, is a iteration and feedback, like evolution. It works through the countless variation to discover something new. And at the same time, we really want to understand that we need to show them and ask. And that's how we just launch the puzzle game and pay the prices around $100 per riddle, but we want to get this very good feedback to understand what we have to change and how can we improve this game. Yeah, it was a 2023 very early idea.
Okay. So I know when I first heard about this idea, I didn't get it immediately, I must say. I understood the concept of treasure hunt, but when you were explaining things, it didn't quite click until I saw an example playing out. Now, when you were building this, can you share how did you validate that idea? I mean, you built this, but what validation did you get from the community that this is a great thing to build? And what messaging did you send on Discord? So people could say, like, I get what he's doing.
Well, validation of idea here we can see it from above, because like the same idea used in proof of work in Bitcoin mining. The idea comes from ideas of Satoshi Nakamoto. So he created perfect zero-sum game where the miners find in the target hash. And this idea just evolved to idea for human minds. So in our game, the humans finding the coordinates. So it's fair competition, but for human brain. And until AI solve this game, this game will be for everyone for equal footing, and people will compete without possibility to solve by AI. So it's more the main idea to create the fair competition. It's not about geography and it's not about our planet, the nature, but the idea to create fair competition. And this is only the way how I see it. It could exist because our planet has most different patterns. It's a different rivers, roads, shapes of the patterns. And that's only how we can create something that beyond the AI possibility to solve, in the same time, the human brain can decode and understand very fast.
I like that angle that you took there. It's essentially proof of work. Everybody has the same exact opportunity here. Help me appreciate and also understand, how did you describe your product to the early individuals? Did you just say like, hey, I'm building a treasure map using Google Maps? Or was there something much more technical or something much more elaborate?
Yeah, it's like a treasure hunt. You have to find the location. You have to be the first person who find the location, because the second winner is just a person who just can follow the first one. So we have only one winner for each target, each quest. So very simple. You have to find the exact place. And to save millions on budget, we just took the Google Maps as a completely built.
I remember there's a similar game, perhaps you've known as well,
GeoGuessr is a million players game. It's a very popular game. It's becoming more popular. We have a difference with GeoGuessr. In GeoGuessr, you have to find the approximate place, like the town, city, and we ask to find exactly place, exact coordinates. That's the difference. Also, we redraw the pictures. We change the pictures using AI to make it more fun.
Okay, so that is interesting. How did you get your first 10 or 100 people? How many people did you personally message to get your first active treasure hunts? What was your conversion rate? Let's say number of people you messaged to number of people interested in actually hunting for the coordinates. And was there any particular messaging that you put out that actually clicked, or any avenue you used to get people excited about this?
Yeah, it's all about prizes. It's all about the prize pool, because like in poker tournaments, when the person see the prize pool, the big amount of money, they want to participate. And if entry participation is very low, like if you can win like $10,000 or the part of it, and entry price like $5, you can just understand the motivation is big, and you can just go in and play the game. That's how it works in game 5, because here we play for value. Obviously, you want to play for fun, but the main motivation, you want to get the profit from the game. And we just show that prize pool is big, and this prize pool in on-chain game coming from minting process. We have also on X games, and it's a like new gen of giveaway. So we're starting from our small budget, and we receive funds from meme coins, because our game is a very interesting model for advertisement. We just making some meaningful stories from meme coins, and it could be bigger. It could be go beyond the crypto, because we can just make advertisement for any product, to be honest, because like nowadays we have these problems. Everyone skip products, but here is a game. You have to focus on the details. So we have two games here on X. It's a new gen of giveaways and fair competition. We have a lot of players regularly playing on the organized show. We have a lot of fun, and we have on chain game.
So the minting process, is it for the on-chain side of it, or excited, like you say, you use meme coins? Is this two different strategies, and is the messaging completely different for both of them, or the messaging is the same?
Yeah, first game on X is just for onboarding, for creating communities. So now we have like our own chat in X beside Discord. It's called Skullcoin Sigma. We have a lot of players who saying like every day, good morning, and they waiting for new games. And they have a lot of fun winning money. They win in crypto because of their skills and luck. And we have on-chain game. So it's just onboarding process from airdrop hunters, from just people who wanna just play for free, to on-chain game with affordable, very cheap means. So it's just the phases of onboarding to on-chain game, to stacks, to Bitcoin ecosystem.
So Ivan, where did you get the funding from to give all these prizes away? Or these donations, or do you actually put from your own pocket and your co-founder's pocket?
Sure. I put from my own pocket in the very beginning because I'm professional poker player, so I'm playing the games the whole my life. I played esports a lot, Counter Strike. I travel around the world playing world championships, and I founded the esports team like about 20 years ago. Yeah, so I'm very good in management. I'm changed about 34 players for all time. And now I have a pretty big team. It's just me here, but I have 7 people in my team. Yes. So I started from funding the project myself, but after we participated in hackathons and we won 3 hackathons and code for Stacks and thanks for Stacks Foundation, that helped us a lot. And we put all funding from hackathon prizes to the development.
How much did it take for you to just start this?
It's just nothing because like I have the co-founder, he's a very talented Clarity programming language developer. It's Bogachev.btc. We met on Stacks in very beginning, like about like 4 years ago. I invited about 40 people different, but he's the one who is a real builder, and we just built it for free in consensus of 2 co-founders, and we spend nothing. And for the riddles, for the puzzles, I just created it by myself, and now like I can create it for free, like using different AIs. I just want to say like future companies will be created by one person with using AIs.
Yeah, I 100% with you on that. I mean, we're already seeing that talented individuals building one-man startups, doing marketing, finance, the building part of it. Even yourself, there's only 2 people that, of course, you expanded to 7, like you said. But that was very interesting insight as well from that perspective. I'm still wanting to understand more in terms of curiosity here. In terms of your initial price spot, was it a huge price spot that you attracted people? Because I have seen people like airdrop hunters, they want a nice juicy pot, then they come. How big was your
Well,
pot?
for Game on X, it's not the big prices for the games. It's just $10 per the game, but people very happy because they can feel, they can touch and understand that it's completely fair. It's not botted. It's not like multi accounts. We just exclude, we ban it, not ban it. We just ask people not to use their like 60 multi accounts because we just find and define all of them. We have very like strong security team. So in on-chain game, the price pool of the first game in the beginning of this year was 10,000 USDT, and it comes completely from the minting process. And also some of meme coins make donation for this price pool. But as a business, it works like in poker, like poker tournaments. The price pool just created from the entry, from the minting process, because like the problem with NFTs that you just buy and minting profile pictures, and the founders, owners of this project just get the money to themselves, and that's it. And we said different, like NFTs, it's not anymore like profile pictures, and we don't take any money to ourselves. We just make the price pool. So we just create competition. That's how we create a lot of velocity of transactions and having fun, making like creating new culture. And we want our goal right now. We're creating like seed phrase hunt game. It's a very simple game without like searching on Google Maps. Just want to show the technology of encrypted NFTs.
Do you mind expanding on that, or is that still a mystery you want to keep for your next game?
Yeah, this is very simple game. One NFT is a one seed phrase word, and you have to collect 24. But since the different players mean different words, it will have a lot of social engagement. You have to trade, exchange. But when you own NFT, you can see only the cover. The word is on the other side. So if you own the NFT, you are only the person who can see the word.
Got you. Right. That's interesting. Now, I'm finding it really interesting how you use the play of word of white paper and call your white paper a dark
Yeah.
paper. That was really cool.
We're just trying to create the atmosphere. We're just trying to create something uniqueness because, to be honest, I don't believe in VC because like I believe like in the creative minds that can just create something like outside the box. It doesn't matter who I am. My ideas should be above me, and my ideas should be speak itself as my product. So that's I choose this long journey. It's a hard and difficult way, but it's very right way because like I have to prove my product, our team, what we are building really. I feel like sometimes I'm watching and following old gaming Web3 gaming projects on Solana, Sui, whatever. Like I feel like I am scout on the stadium, watching team after team, waiting to spot the next Messi, but he doesn't show up. To be honest, with all my gaming experience, I understand without any ambition, like people in gaming understand nothing. I explain this question they have to solve to build a successful GameFi project, but they cannot solve these questions because like people doesn't understand why you need why you need blockchain technology for a game. Completely don't understand. We are building encrypted NFTs, okay. The second question, like where the yield comes from. So if you build in the game, it should become competitive one. And now people just building again play to earn. Play to earn is just the price of the token declining because people selling it. And I could explain the more questions if you want.
Yeah, please, please. It's very interesting.
Yeah. So the next question arises like if the goal of your game is a token, how you prevent like the devaluation and inflation. Because if you give away your token again and again, how it rises in the price? It's just sell pressure. So this is again the big problem. And there is one more question. It's very important. If AI can exploit your game, if AI can solve your game, arises the question how to make it competitive for human players. Because if AI can come and solve your game, it means I could take all the value from the game. And again, it's devaluation, inflation, that's it. And uh, the last question is very simple. If you build any of FPS first-person shooting or action game where you have the character shooting, jumping, this game just cannot exist in GameFi, in Web3 gaming, because this game is complex and you have to make fast movements. You have to download the client. If you download any client, it can be hacked 100%. Even Valve, multi-billion company who built Counter-Strike, cannot solve the problem with cheaters. Because if you build any like first-person shooter, you have to download client side and it can be hacked. So the game in GameFi, Web3 gaming should exist only on the server side. That's it. So our goal was to solve all these six or five questions. Like,
Got you. In a space that's obsessed with roadmaps to show what's coming, and most of them never deliver, you have deliberately taken the choice that will be no roadmaps. Now, that sounds really interesting upon marketing approach, perhaps. But how do you keep the community engaged? Because now they do not know if this project has sustainability, what you're cooking under the hood. How do you keep them engaged? Are you using different type of strategies? What are you doing actually to just keep them like, oh, shit, I need to be here for the long haul because Ivan is cooking?
we just feel community, we feel our users, we feel and understand what they want, how to change, like pivot, but it's not about the pivot, it's about find the optimal solution, find something that everyone will like. Because to be honest, we have zero bad reviews. When we created the first on-chain game in the beginning of the year, to be honest, it's too complicated because like we have find to earn. It's a new genre of games, searching on Google Maps. It's hard to understand from very beginning. We have encrypted NFTs. We have new UX UI. It's a three new things, and it was a mistake because like we started from very complicated concept, but in the same time people love it, and now we just simplify. I'm here not for validation because the problem with a lot of bloggers that people on crypto they seeking for validation. I was a very like successful esports player. I just put my ego down long time ago. I'm not so young. I'm 40. So yeah, I understand that it's not about validation. It's about the users and it's about the right concept. And what we're building is a bicycle. To be honest, I don't see any other way how to build GameFi. I want to come to Solana and say, okay, guys, you got 10 millions funding. Like, what are you building really? But no project appears.
Now that's a very interesting take. Now you have mastered various competition esports. You're a professional poker player. The one thing, these two different worlds, one in Web 2, both are Web 2 to be honest, one in digital form, one mainly in physical form. They have very strong cultures and very unique cultures, different mindset. How did you take your lessons from these two areas and brought it to Stacks in terms of how did you build that culture? And what culture are you looking to build?
Well, when I started esports, I was 15 years old. And it was a boom of esports in different countries because the internet appears and everyone play in internet cafes and different internet clubs. So we travel around our city, Moscow, around the country, around the world. And it was like a clan wars. It's a amazing time because we play in real. We just come into different clubs. Okay, you are the team of the club. Let's play clan war, like 5-on-5 on money. It was amazing. So I have a lot of experience of starting as a player, as one of the best player of my all time, becoming the captain through the team. So I understand what people want in games, and I play different games. As you mentioned, play poker professionally. I played versus casinos. I sold some games. I have 6 black cards in casinos. I blocked because we have a story like in the movie 21. We just came to the island. We drive the car. We just in the house, and we just outplay casinos. Yeah.
You got to tell us more of that story. That sounds really cool because I know there's a lot of lessons that you can share from that. So give me a story from that part of your life.
Yeah. So long story short, we have a friends, and they have a like some professor mathematician who explain us some of new games in casino can be solved. Like it was a super poker game. It's called super poker. It's a game against a dealer. When you play the poker against dealer, you're always losing. Like any games casino, you're losing like by expected value. That's how casino constructed. You know, casino doesn't have the watches, windows. There is a sum of numbers on roulette is 666, but there was some new games and casino manager doesn't understand that there is a complicated, difficult strategy. You can just play and win. And we learn mathematically with strategy and start playing. Like it was like 10 years ago when I'm just came students like a robot and start playing, making right decisions. And security team comes to me and say, "Sorry, man, you cannot play our casino. You have banned from like poker games." But we grab like $10,000 from different casinos. Yeah.
Wow. That entire thought process of being so analytical and not letting your emotions get in the way.
Yeah, you have just to learn.
Yeah. Is that what takes away your fear? Starting a new venture? Because nothing is guaranteed. How do you silence that part of your mind that says like, oh my God, if I build something, it doesn't work. I'm so stressed.
I don't know, like I just never give up. I just keep going and just make new iteration. I started from the Counter-Strike and this motivation inside me, and I tell anyone you should never give up. You just find your way, 100%, and like you will find.
Okay, Ivan, if anybody is thinking like, I like what he just built, but the question they have is, could I actually do this? For example, like you started with zero experience in crypto gaming, but you
Yeah.
had the determination. How would you advise somebody right now? What are the steps that I need to take?
Yeah, like in game design and or just creating new startup, it's important to understand that you building a product, you building the game for the users, and you have to see the product from users' perspective, if they use it, if they like it. Because the biggest problem of game designers that building the games, they trying to build what they like. I like this game. I think that this is very complicated and very smart, but it doesn't work like this. You have to make iteration based on feedback. So it's important that you build something for the external world, not, and it should be also based on your feelings, your storyline, what you really like. If I spend the whole my life with gaming, to be honest, to be more connected this part of world, because like I was born like in USSR, gaming and esports when I was a young give me opportunity to earn money. I travel a lot around the world. I was in Paris 3 times for free because I was in tournaments on Counter Strike when I was like 17 years old. That's this experience give me opportunity to build in GameFi project. And if you have any experience, you have to follow your heart. But in the same time, in the era of innovation, you have to validate your project using AI. So it could be like a deep search of O3 by ChatGPT or any AI, and validate with your friends and just keep going.
So if I want to validate with AI right now, what do you mean by validate? Do you just have a discussion with it in terms of this, my idea? Help me search this. How would you go about doing it?
Yeah, Rash, this is a great question because you have to understand if you come into crypto, it's a financial new world, financial new system that gives everyone freedom. And here to validate the idea, you have to validate business idea. You have to understand mathematics and economics, how your business could work. And from my perspective, from my game, and from my understanding crypto very deeply, I understand that the business can work only if there is some gain from fair competition in gaming. As I mentioned, like Satoshi Nakamoto shows us very great concept with like mining. It's a brilliant idea. It's like Nobel Prize in economics. You spend energy and you participate in fair competition that cannot be solved by any like externalized system, everyone in equal footing. So if you build a game, it should be fair competition. AI cannot solve this game, and people happy playing by this game because it creates a new culture. And answering your question, you have to solve the business question, how the product works, and get the revenue profit. For our project, for Skullcoin, it's very simple. We have minting process. For example, 90% goes to the price pool and 10% we take to ourselves. But we can just move this 10% not for the team, but for the buyback and burn of our token asset. Like this model was shown by Rollbit 1.5 year ago, and this model works right now for Hyperliquid. This is one of the greatest model of crypto. If your project, if your business works, you get revenue, you buy back and burn token, and people who don't play games, yeah, but they are big investors. They see and understand, okay, this game is growing, people like it, new players coming, they buy back and burn their tokens from the revenue. I better go to the market and buy this token and just hold it.
But right now, your revenue model, is it advertisement like you alluded to earlier, or that is where you want to go towards, or you can mint the NFTs and play the game?
Yeah, we have like the minting process is a on-chain revenue model, and the second revenue model could be advertisement. So if the game become bigger and we make these treasure hunts on the organized show growing, we make it like on regular basis. Not only the stocks ecosystem, in crypto general likes it, we can just put any advertisement like on these pictures because like the focus on this gaming quest is maximum and it works.
Now, here's where I want to get more personal. What's the hardest truth you have learned about building something that's supposed to run without you? Because you like pseudonymity, that's why you use the word, your name Xenotron. What surprised you most about human behavior when you remove yourself?
Well, human anonymity is more the creating the character for the gaming. Like Peace Love Music, he called me game master, and I'm using this skull character. It's important for audience engagement because most of us just here living the life for joy, love, innovation. We ship the joy. Yeah, and what I learned, the hardest thing. Well, it's hard to say because I don't have like multi-billion project. Ask this question later, okay? Later.
One last question, then we can take it wherever you want to take it, Ivan. If I want to you right now and say like, hey, I want to build, I know what you just shared, but if you were to design for me a 4-week plan, what would be my first week action plan to do? Give me the step-by-step guide in terms that you use to find your first 10 believers without spending money.
Well, I think the first you have to tell to your friends, to your any like community, the people you know, to ask for feedback and to tell your idea, to ask them to criticize your idea, not telling only good things. Also working with AI a lot because AI is improving every day and try to criticize it. And you will see if it's objective. And if it's objective, it will be obvious. It means like you on the right way because the human mind and AI can help you a lot today.
Now, Ivan, what is the future that you see for Skullcoin? Where do you see it going in the next 12 months?
Yeah, these 2 months will be huge. Like end of July and the August will be biggest month for the project because like we just push this seed phrase hunt meta, this game. And I don't know if everyone will like it. We will see. I'm just in present moment. I'm just going with the flow. I just realized that this very simple game using our encrypted NFT technology could be huge, and we just want to try. And if you and people like it, we just push this meta. We can go multi-chain. I have developers for different chains because we want to like go to different chains, get the all community together and push this on the organized show, explain how simple is game, why encrypted NFT is the future of the gaming, because the incomplete information is the most important thing for economics in gaming. That's why poker is very successful game. So this month and the next month will be the biggest iteration for our project Skullcoin, and we just keep going because I'm lucky I have good investments and I can just put the more investments in my project to push it forward. I'm building very slowly because I'm building with small budget. What advice can I give to everyone? Every day, just improve something. Just make better this part of the project, this part. Just talk with your team, with your people. Just improve every day. And this is very important because we are going slowly, but we are in the right direction.
I want to close this, but I'm very curious in terms of you just said something there. GameFi works really good on incomplete information. What do you mean by that?
It means when you own NFT or own any object, and this object belongs only to you, only to your blockchain wallet, it means this object could contain hidden information that is valuable for other people.
Got you.
It means you can sell it or use it in future and extract more value. That's how it works. Playing cards is very simple. You have a cover, and here you have an ace, you have a king. But what is the information will be different, not only the playing cards. That's what we are building.
Okay, that's very interesting. I can't wait to learn more about this when I start playing the game. Okay, Ivan, how can somebody find you on X and
I'm
read
like
more about your
Zenitron
project?
from 2009. Yeah. My nickname is the same. It's just unique.
And what about your website?
Yeah, our website is Skullcoin with the dot, skullco.
Thanks very much, Ivan.
Thank
Really
you.
enjoyed this. You're a brilliant person. I learned more today than I thought I could ever learn from you.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
See you.